Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive? We're tackling the Unitree G1 today, a humanoid robot that's making waves. And we're basing this whole deep dive on Jörg-Owe Schnippet's document. It's called Unitree G1 New Update.pdf. Get ready, this robot is it's really something.
You know, what really grabs you about the Unitree G1, and Schneppet really hits on this, is just how accessible it is. It's not just for, the big players anymore. The G1's modular design, it's adaptable, it's a game changer for researchers, healthcare, even artists.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Break it down for me. What's so special about this modular design?
Imagine a robot built with, like, Legos, right? You can swap out parts, make the G1 perfect for what you need. Need more power for AI. Swap the computer, tricky environment, add some sensors. You can't do that with robots like, say, the Atlas from Boston Dynamics. Amazing robots, but not flexible and way more expensive.
Speaking of cost, Schneppet mentions the G1's base price, something like $16,000. That's a steal compared to, well, some of the others out there.
Exactly. Revolutionary price point opens up a world of possibilities. Now universities, smaller labs, even, individual creators, they can get their hands on a sophisticated robot without needing, like, a massive budget. Could really democratize robotics.
Yeah, you've got my attention. But Schneppet keeps going. He dives into this recent update, takes customization even further with these modular hardware upgrades.
It's all about control. You, the user, have maximum control. Fine-tuning your robot for the best performance. Need more brain power? Swap in a more powerful computer. Want it to see in the dark? You add infrared sensors. Adaptability makes the G1 incredibly versatile.
And wait, it gets even better. Schneppet mentions they've revamped the software development kit, the SDK, so programming the G1 is even simpler now.
And get this, it's open source. Think of it as a global team constantly improving the code for the G1, expanding its capabilities. This collaboration, it can really push things forward in robotics. Schneppet even talks about Blockly.
Now, for those who don't speak code, Blockly is like a visual language. Drag and drop blocks instead of writing code. Much easier for beginners.
Exactly. Opens up robotics to a whole new generation, especially in education. Imagine students learning by programming a humanoid robot, not just reading about it.
Okay, this G1 is sounding more and more impressive by the minute. But Schneppet also raves about how much better the G1 performs, thanks to some cutting-edge tech.
He's got good reason to be excited. The G1, it's agile, incredibly precise movement, thanks to, advanced motors, AI algorithms. It can operate smoothly, even in dynamic environments, navigate obstacles, even manipulate objects. And it has, get this, incredibly dexterous hands.
Hold on, dexterous hands. So we're talking about a robot that can, potentially do delicate tasks, like surgery, or handling hazardous materials.
You're getting it. And that's just the beginning. Schneppet details all sorts of applications, research, entertainment, even search and rescue. The G1 is a real multitasker.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. So let's dive into those use cases. I want to hear about all the amazing things this robot can do.
Let's start with research and development. Schneppet talks about using the G1 to explore new locomotion techniques. Imagine this robot helping us figure out how robots move and interact.
Fascinating. What about more practical stuff? How's it being used today to solve real-world problems?
That's where Schneppet's case studies come in. These real-world examples give us a glimpse into the future of robotics, not just theory. We're talking about real-world G1s in action.
Give me an example. What kind of impact is it already having?
Well, Schneppet highlights this incredible case study from Brazil. They've integrated the G1 into their education system. Students are developing computer vision applications for it. Imagine hands-on learning with a humanoid robot.
That's incredible. Talk about preparing students for the future. But what about outside the classroom? Is the G1 making waves in other industries too?
Absolutely. Schneppet talks about it being used in industrial settings, taking on those dangerous or repetitive jobs humans want to avoid. Not only boosts productivity, but also, makes things safer for workers.
So it's a win-win. Safer workplaces and greater efficiency. Sign me up.
But what about research and development? Is the G1 pushing the boundaries of what's possible?
Definitely. Schneppet highlights the Unitree Sim environment. It's like a virtual testing ground for the G1. Developers can try out new software, hardware modifications virtually before applying them to the real robot. Speeds up development, reduces the risk of, costly errors.
That's smart, like a dress rehearsal for robots. This has been a whirlwind tour of the G1, its capabilities and applications. What about the future? Where does Schneppet see this technology going?
That's where things get really interesting. Schneppet has some mind-blowing insights into the future of the G1, and we'll be diving into those right after. We'll dive into those next time.
Can't wait.
Welcome back. Excited to dig into those future developments Schneppet talks about for the G1. Me too. Feels like we're, right on the edge of a robotics revolution. And the G1 is leading the charge. Schneppet mentions advancements in, technology, particularly in performance and interactivity. What's he getting at?
He's talking about pushing the limits, what humanoid robots can do. Schneppet specifically talks about these advanced sensors, like LiDAR, depth cameras. Give the G1 incredible spatial awareness. Means even better autonomous navigation.
So the G1 can, operate on its own in complex places without needing us to tell it what to do all the time. That opens up so many, possibilities. Search and rescue, exploring dangerous areas, even navigating, busy streets.
Exactly, but it's not just about moving around, it's about interacting, Schneppet says they're designing the G1 with up to 43 degrees of freedom, allows for incredibly smooth, natural movement. This is key for robots working with humans.
43 degrees of freedom. I can barely handle, a yoga class. What does that even mean, practically speaking?
Imagine a robot moving like a dancer, but with the precision of, say, a surgeon. Reaching, grasping, manipulating objects with dexterity we haven't really seen. It's not just about looking cool, it's about making the G1 actually useful.
Okay, now I'm picturing it like helping people in their homes, providing support, fetching things, maybe even chatting. Or what about healthcare? A robot this agile could help doctors and nurses.
Exactly. Those are just some of the things Schneppet hints at. But he also brings up something crucial. Accessibility and affordability. He thinks future G1s could be even cheaper. Imagine that, putting this advanced tech in even more people's hands.
That changes everything. The G1 is already affordable, $16,000.
Yeah.
Especially compared to its predecessor, the H1, which, initially cost a whopping $90,000. But if they can lower the cost even more, you could really change how we use robots.
Imagine G1s in schools, helping teachers, getting students involved in learning. They could be standard equipment in small businesses, helping with everything from inventory to customer service. So many possibilities.
This all sounds incredibly promising. But Schneppet doesn't just focus on the good stuff, right? He also brings up those ethical and regulatory concerns. The ones that come with having humanoid robots in society.
Right, because with any powerful tech, we have to think about the impact. As robots like the G1 get, more capable, more autonomous, we need to think about things like privacy, safety, and even jobs.
Those are complex issues. It's not just about the robots themselves, it's about how we use them and the kind of future we're building.
Schneppet really stresses that. Open discussion, thinking things through, and responsible development. Finding that balance between progress and making sure it benefits humanity.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about the choices we make. And as Schneppet reminds us, we also need to think about the environment. With more and more of these robots, we need to make sure they're sustainable.
Definitely. Schneppet highlights eco-friendly design, sustainable materials, and, of course, energy-efficient technologies, all to minimize the G1's impact on the environment.
That's a key point. Technological advancements should go hand in hand with, with being responsible. It's been amazing to explore the Unitree G1. It's more than just, a cool gadget. It's a sign of what's coming in robotics. And with that, we're on to the final part of our deep dive. Let's wrap things up and explore the bigger implications of humanoid robots, what the future holds for this rapidly changing field. Back for the final part of our G1 deep dive and ready to tackle those big questions. Humanoid robots, their place in the world, all that.
It's an exciting time for this conversation. Schneppet's document really shows how the G1 is, pushing the boundaries, raises all sorts of questions about, the future.
One thing I keep thinking about is jobs. If robots like the G1 can do more and more, what happens to, human jobs?
It's a valid concern, and it's something Schneppet brings up too. As automation gets better, some jobs will probably be automated. Especially, repetitive tasks or physically demanding ones.
So, mass unemployment. Robots taking over.
Not necessarily. Historically, new technology, it changes the jobs we do, not eliminates them entirely. New tech creates new industries, new opportunities.
Can you give me an example?
Think about the internet. It disrupted, everything. But it also created tons of new jobs. Software, digital marketing, e-commerce.
So robots could actually lead to, more jobs.
Exactly. Robots take over certain tasks, frees up humans to focus on the more complex stuff. Creative work, things robots can't do yet.
Okay, that's a more optimistic way to look at it.
Yeah.
So not robots stealing jobs, but collaborators. helping us do, well, more fulfilling work.
Exactly. Adapting to the changes, embracing the new opportunities. We can focus on, what makes us human, get ready for a future where humans and robots work together.
Schneppet also talks about the environmental side of robotics. More robots means we need to make them sustainable.
Absolutely. We have to think about, materials, energy, the waste created. Schneppet really emphasizes sustainable design, energy efficiency to, lessen the G1's environmental impact.
That's an important point. Progress should go hand in hand with responsibility.
Couldn't agree more.
This whole G1 deep dive has been really eye-opening. Thanks to Jörg-Owe, we've seen what the G1 can do. Its potential, the big questions it raises about, the future of work and, how we interact with technology.
It's been great exploring this with you.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us. Hope this deep dive got you thinking about the possibilities and what's next for this incredible field of robotics.